In today's video, I won't be reviewing any new cool synths or music gear. If you want to see something like that, just stick around on the channel because there will be more synth videos. And Swedish summer doesn't disappoint. It's actually starting to rain right now. Today's video is going to be just an update video. I wanted to sit down and just have a conversation with you all about what's going on with my health, channel in general, what's going on with my studio build, and just keeping you all in the loop. I know some of you don't particularly like these videos, and that's totally fine. I've built my channel around making gear reviews and showing off new cool stuff. So if you want that, yeah, I promise you there will be more videos like that coming up shortly. But in today's video, I just want to talk a bit about what's going on behind the camera, behind the synth reviews, and I hope you'll enjoy that. So I want to start on a very positive note, and that is that my health is improving. I don't talk a lot about it on my channel because frankly I don't want to bother you all with it, but I've suffered from some really severe abdominal pains for quite a long time, and it took quite a long time to get these problems, so it's not surprising that it's taken a long time to get rid of them. So the working theory is that my IBS, that's the diagnosis I got, is caused by stress. And you might think, oh yeah, it's the YouTube life, you know, you shouldn't have gone full-time YouTube, that's very stressful. And you're right, it is very stressful. It is a very demanding job in some ways, but let me just tell you that it's not as demanding as having 2 psychotherapy offices at the same time as you're doing your masters and also teaching at university and having 2 kids all at the same time while you're also doing a bit of YouTube. So yeah, looking back at how I lived my life from 2010 till 2020, I think that we're finding the root cause somewhere there, and not maybe the last few years that I've been doing YouTube full time. It's actually the first time in my life that I'm focused on one single thing. It's actually refreshing. I don't have like a ton of side projects, and I'm just focusing on making fun and interesting videos about synths. And honestly, that feels quite good. And the clouds have now gone from slightly hostile to straight up looking menacing. So yeah, we'll probably have to move inside. So health-wise, I'm doing a lot better. And honestly, I couldn't have done it without all of you, because your support has meant tremendous amounts to me, because I'm a guy that's quite stoic. I don't like to bother other people with my problems, and in general I don't speak a ton about it. So the kindness that a lot of you have shown me, a random synth guy on YouTube, has actually meant a lot, because you didn't have to, and it means a lot that you genuinely care. So thank you so much. Now, last time I sat down here and made an update video, we had just bought this house here and I was about to start building my new studio. And let me just tell you that it has been a ton of work, not just renovating the house, but also learning how to take care of it, and then also renovating and building a studio, which I've never really done before at this level. And honestly, there's a storm going on here now in the background. I hope that the tent and also our big trampoline won't just fly away, because that would be frustrating. So next up, I just want to talk a little bit about the new studio. So in 2020, I actually left my job as a university teacher, psychotherapist, and I started on this weird synthesizer YouTube journey full time. It was just me kind of chasing a dream. But then the pandemic happened, and because my kids were home a lot, I got very disturbed while shooting videos. It was literally me trying to shoot a video like na 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 na, and then they were screaming in like the background. They were, you know, were upset that they didn't get a cookie or something, and I had to like stop, wait until they quieted down, and then like na 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 continue talking. Yeah, that was frustrating. So I moved out. I rented a space. And even though I put in a lot of effort and also a lot of money and time into making the studio work, it didn't work for me. Partly it was the commute. It was on the other side of town. The second problem that I was dealing with was, of course, the cost. It costs a lot to rent a space, and I'm saving a ton of money by not having it. And the third reason why I left the space, probably the most important one, is because of other tenants. I had some friends there that were fun to hang out with, but over time the vibe changed and it started to feel, I don't know, less nice, more unsafe, more rowdy at the end. So that all played a part in moving here. So what is here? Well, it is basically behind my garage. This space here is basically one room. We have the video area over here. Over here is more of a music studio space. We have a door to the outside, which is very nice. Basically, we tore everything down, but we kept the outer walls and some of the floors because it was simply a lot cheaper than just tearing everything down and starting from scratch. So it was a balancing act. So it's not a floating construction. It's not like a pro studio space in that sense. So it's a project studio for music, and it's a pretty good YouTube studio as well. There is, however, one big problem with this space, something that keeps me up at night. The local government are considering building a bridge and a pretty big road pretty close to our house. They're basically looking at like 200-300% more traffic on that street. I guess we just have to wait and see how it all develops. I can't lose too much sleep over it, but yeah, it's something that I'm a little worried about. So just as quickly as the storm came, it passed. So now we're outdoors. I got myself a fresh cup of coffee, and we're gonna talk about the future of this synth channel. If you have been watching some amount of YouTube, you might have seen this sort of pandemic of YouTubers quitting or taking longer breaks. And I'm not here to tell you that I'm quitting, but I will be honest and say that the thought of quitting has entered my mind. Well, it has entered my mind more than I'd like to admit of late. When you've worked as hard as I have, even entertaining the thought of quitting, it's actually something that provokes a lot of anxiety because you put so much effort into building something online on YouTube, and it is very, very difficult. But as of late, I've really had to think hard about why I'm having thoughts about doing something else. And I wrote down a bunch of reasons, and I started recording a video about it, and my wife just told me don't make it too complicated. Just speak from your heart and explain how you feel. And she's right, because part of the problem is that I have been working too hard. I have been pushing myself too hard. And somewhere along the road, the playfulness, which was the very thing that got me interested in making YouTube videos, had been lost. So I started thinking, why doesn't it feel as fun as it used to? Is it because I turned it into a job? Because that's often the go-to question people sort of ask or even accuse you of. Oh, you turned it into a job, you need to make money, and therefore it's less fun. But in reality, I don't think that's the case at all. You see, making YouTube videos is actually something that affords me a lot of freedom. I can wake up every single day of the week and I decide what I want to do and when. That also comes with a lot of responsibility. I'm a one-man band. I don't have any assistance with anything from getting hold of the gear, planning out videos, scripting them, learning all of the gear that I feature, and then shooting a video and then editing it and publishing it, and it can take a ton of time. My Voltage Lab 2 video, which I'm very proud of, took about 2 weeks to make. But here's the thing, the challenge is also the fun part. I love the fact that making YouTube my job is the most difficult thing I've ever done. It's a very challenging thing to run your own business, wake up every day and you have to sort of figure out where you're going. So why hasn't it felt fun? Well, I think that somewhere along the road, I forgot that it's supposed to be playful. And I think that a major contributing factor has also been me trying to kind of please everybody. And if you go back now and you watch my Solar 42 video or my Voltage Lab 2 video, you can see that I'm having fun. And that is the feeling that I want to retain.
We play the synthesizer in Sweden.
Cool kids. But you also have to remember that when you're playful on camera, you also become a more easy target for people. So if you're having fun, enjoying the gear, making music with it, people will go after you harder than if you're just tweaking that cutoff knob. And I think that was something that I tried to cater to. I don't know, I listened a bit too much to those voices and I lost a bit of fun along the way. And I'm trying to find my way back to that.
Wow.
Amazing. We're gonna get there. It's a process. We're gonna get there. Gonna make you a synth believer. But I also need your help. Because whenever I've been questioning what I'm doing on YouTube, I've always turned to the community for help. Those of you that are still around watching this video, what you think is important to me, because I'm doing it for you. I'm not here being self-serving. I'm here to make videos that you want to watch, that you feel are helpful in some way. So you let me know down in the comments, what kind of videos do you want to see me make? Are there pieces of gear that you want me to review? Are there comparisons that you want me to make? Leave your thoughts and suggestions, because I do care about them from the real fans, not from random people on the internet who doesn't like my style of videos. But I really do appreciate every single one of you, so thank you so much. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. Thank you for listening, and now let's have a sip of the coffee.